Hey, God damn it. Hey, everyone. Welcome to episode 99 of the Toonami Escape podcast. I'm Greg Zeno. Tonight we have Seacaller.
Hello.
Don't worry, I'm just dying.
Are you okay?
No. And tonight we have no news, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean we know what's happening in the near future, so yeah.
Next thing is tune in the next 2 weeks for what's replacing Gundam, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we still don't know what that is, and Fooly Cooly, of course, rerun begins next week, so
We will not be covering Fully Cooley completely, but I am watching it for the first time.
I know you said that before that you hadn't seen it, but then you made comments like you had seen it, like you'd seen about like I remember reading you saying, "Oh yeah, there's a lot of sexual innuendo." Is
Well,
that just
that's
because
just
you
basic. Everyone knows that about Fully Cooley.
Okay. Yeah, I
Still
wasn't
Fully
sure.
Cooley.
Yeah. Man, I think you're gonna like it. It's really cool.
And also, I didn't watch the last time because it was at it was one of their like 3 o'clock special airings, and it's like I can't follow this at 3 o'clock.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect to be able to follow it anyway.
11:30, I think I can do that.
Yeah. I just it's funny, I've seen it enough times that I can sort of make out like what's actually happening. Like I actually get it. Outside of just the metaphors, there's actually kind of a story there. Um, but it's not really about that. And it took me like several viewings before I got to the point that I really could grasp like what are they doing.
Oh, that sounds fun. I can't wait. So I'll just see it one time, be like, all right, let's go into the sequel.
Yeah, I mean like anyone who watches it or likes it, they'll tell you like the story doesn't matter. And I guess that's true. It really is true. But it is for if you watch it enough times, you can understand what's happening. Um, and I like that aspect of it, but I know everyone who says it is right that it doesn't really matter the story. It's just about these characters and it is all about the metaphor about him growing up and everything. So
All right, cool. Anyway, want to talk about the block?
yeah, if I can remember it.
All right. Dragon Ball Super Episode 58, Zamasu in Black, The Mystery of the Two Deepens. Don't worry, all this episode was basically they just kind of discuss how Black happened, and then they come to the conclusion, he wished for it using the Super Dragon Balls, and that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not what I expected for the explanation of Goku Black, but yeah, it sounds like he just used the Super Dragon Balls to wish him the perfect fighter, I guess.
Dude was like, ugh, these filthy mortals, except this one I am incredibly infatuated with, possibly sexually.
Yeah.
Create me a fuck toy. Anyway,
Yeah. Zamasu, he's just sort of I like him as a villain, I guess. Although I just feel like he's a little bit too like his motivations are just sort of like I hate him. I hate the mortals.
he saw, he went into Reddit and was like, fuck this.
Is he the origin of that filthy Ningens meme?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if people had applied that to him or if he was the one.
Absolutely Ningen.
Absolutely Ningen. Yeah. But I mean, like I said last week too, I do like him as just to hear his voice. His English voice is so interesting. I'd like to hear this voice actor do more work in anime.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was all this at the end of this episode. They basically like, all right, let's talk to Zamasu. And it's like, don't worry, he hasn't done anything wrong yet except talk about how he's going to kill everyone.
Yeah. And what's the other guy's name?
Goasu.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Goasu. You need to open your freaking eyes. Like how
Goes,
much?
he's just
How
like,
many?
no, this happens all the time.
I
It
know
usually blows over.
it's like how many hints do you need that your little underling is a terrible, terrible person? He's like, oh, he's just going through a phase.
I wish I could wash away the impurities and make it as beautiful as me.
I mean, he's straight up had Zamasu tell him several times. It's like, well, why don't we just kill all the mortals? It's like, whoop whoop, red flag. Hello.
Like, yeah, that's a bit of a red flag, but I guess when you're super god, it's like, huh, whatever.
Yeah.
I deal with this all the time.
You know,
Anyway,
I don't really get what the Kais do.
nothing.
I mean, they talk about like they're supposed to be watching over and protecting things, but they
That's what they
just
do. They literally watch and
I,
do
that,
nothing
that's
else.
right. They don't do any. They just watch. It's like they just sit around and drink tea and watch. They watch the God Tube too much.
But speaking of Kais who did do something, Dragon Ball Kai. Dragon Ball Z Kai, the final chapter is episode 157. Earth destroyed, the initial Boo's nefarious strike. In this episode, we got the lame Supreme Kai. Like the worst one is the
Yeah.
one that didn't die. Cool.
I
Also, the
didn't.
Earth blew up.
Yeah, I did not know that was going to happen. It's kind of funny how like little I know about the Buu saga. Like if you told me that they destroyed the Earth in Dragon Ball Z, I'd be like, really?
Yep. The Earth, the entire Earth destroyed. Everyone's like, fuck. And then everyone is like, fuck, we can't do anything. And there's like, there are Dragon Balls on Namek, which is what
Yeah.
everyone has been saying this entire time.
I did like that there was like a scene that I thought was kind of cool. It was when the old geezer guy, I think it was the one who was saying it, it was like talking about the Dragon Balls, and he's like, "Oh, we hate those things. It's like they just screw everything up, you know. They have these Dragon Balls, and it's kind of like when Beerus was complaining about time travel. It's like interesting to hear these immortal or these godlike beings complaining about the Dragon Balls. Like they're a real nuisance to what they do, I guess.
I guess so. Also, there are Super Dragon Balls, dude.
Yeah, that hasn't been invented yet, has it?
No, but it makes this hilarious in hindsight.
Yeah.
So, new Boo is just weaker Boo, but he's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so even the weak Boo can destroy the Earth.
I mean, we reached Destroy the Earth with Vegeta, like very first Vegeta, so that's not a surprise.
You know what's really sucks though is we have this really cool looking female Kai character that was only on screen for like 2 minutes before she died.
Yep. What's my one line? Ah, dead.
Yeah. She actually looked kind of like she'd be a fun character. She was like playful and having a good time, and like I'd like to have seen more of her, but whatever. And then it does make sense now that like Fat Boo, he's fat because he absorbed that one guy who I guess loves sweets. And what's his face? The original Majin guy. He was like, he's like, cake. You want cake? I've got cake. Cake is the greatest food in the world.
Oh yes, I love cake. And then, yeah. Anyway, Kid Boo's flying around to destroy a bunch of filler planets that he never actually did, so just to kind of add more tension.
Oh, one thing too I noticed is, they play the opening every week, and in the opening they always end it with Super Saiyan 3 Goku fighting Kid Buu. And I noticed that in the background, I noticed this like weeks and weeks ago, that in the background there were like multiple planets and moons in the sky. And so I was like, oh, they're not going to finish the fight on Earth. And
Oh yeah,
now I know why. They're going to fight on the Kai planet, I guess.
I guess so.
Because I saw the same like moons and shit on their planet.
Wonder what? Wonder if they'll finish the fight on the Kai world.
Looks like it.
Anyway, is that all for Dragon Ball Z Kai?
I'm trying to remember.
It's still Dragon Ball, man.
Why did they call it? They didn't. Where does is Kid Buu the name
I
something that fans invented, or is that in the show?
I don't know if they ever actually say it in the show now,
Yeah. When you read that title, I'm like, that's not what would normally call that character.
but no, he's Kid Buu. That's what his name. I mean, that's his name in Fighters.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Huh.
Everyone's just like, "Hey, Toriyama, what the fuck do we call this?" He's like, "Kid Buu. Fuck it." Okay.
Yeah. Maybe in like the next few episodes they'll start using that.
Anyway, up next was Countdown and Scavengers. We're not going to talk about those.
I will just say that I had not seen Scavengers until that time.
Scavengers is literally just an extended one of those like adventure game quest strings where it's like one thing lead, put the thing in the thing and 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 the thing to get the thing.
Yeah. I will say it was very inventive and it looked like something out of like heavy metal. Um, and I kind of dug it a little bit, even though it was kind of nonsensical, like could they have possibly figured that out? But what I really wanted to say was I'm not sure how they could turn that into a series.
It better be like not like actual. How long are Adult Swim shows seasons usually? Like 10 episodes?
Yeah, I kind of want to say around there. Yeah.
If they did it around that, it's like okay, maybe even just 15 minutes. Maybe even just one of their shorter shows.
It could be, and also like maybe this was like a taste of the like setting the stage for the world of what it's like, and maybe the actual show itself will have like an actual narrative to it.
I mean, I can't imagine they could do it all silent like they did in the short for an entire show.
Well, I know I disagree. I think they could. I mean, that's kind of Samurai Jack did that, but I would say though that like if it can't be every episode of them just doing these crazy, convoluted things. I kind of feel like something has to happen. Like maybe they find a spaceship and they try to repair it or something. I
A
don't know.
30-minute one of these, just getting increasingly ludicrous.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely inventive. It's just like, yeah, I don't know what to think about it. It was like, okay, wow, that's really complicated how you were able to do that.
Anyway, speaking of increasingly ludicrous, JoJo. JoJo's Ludicrous Adventure, Stardust Crusaders, Battle in Egypt, Episode 31, Bass Maria, Part 2. In this episode, Polnareff, not fucking Polnareff should have been, whatever. Joseph and Avdol have weird shenanigans.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really funny episode.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's all of the innuendo, accidental innuendo, and like them just being stuck together to magnets. And what's Maria? It's a Mariah?
Something like, I don't know.
I think it's Mariah.
Mariah.
It's probably like Mariah Carey.
It has to be Mariah. Yeah, it is that, but so it's just Mariah, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, like I liked her, like kind of being like the kind of that character who always puts her hand up to her mouth and like ho 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 ho. She's like one of those.
Oh yeah.
Um, right, right. And then like the whole bit where she had like all those like nuts and bolts and stuff in her bra. It's like the image of Joseph like eyeball popping out when he sees it.
That's good.
It was like so. I mean, it's bizarre but funny.
Anyway, they beat her. Then Avdol kind of like like an entire truck lands on him, and he's just like, "I'm fine."
I will say I did like it more in the Japanese version we saw the previous week, where she kept saying "Demos, Dio-sama."
I don't remember I've completely forgotten what it sounds like by now.
Yeah, I can't remember what she said last night or last weekend when she in English, but in the Japanese, she goes going, it's like, Dio-sama.
Anyway, they beat her by squishing her between two giant crumpled up balls of metal, and then they're like, she's okay. And it's like, no, I saw what happened to that girl on Akira.
It was almost the same, like looking shot, kind of.
Would not be surprised.
Yeah.
But then they're like, don't worry, she only has a concussion and some broken ribs. And it's like, no. Like,
That's
a railroad track and a car and a bike and a bunch of other shit slammed into her from both. Okay, I'm just going to stop.
Yeah. I kind of wonder. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna delve too much into it, but it is strange to me that they took special care to like make sure it's like, oh well, we didn't kill her. We didn't kill her. And it may have been because she was a woman. Because I'm sure like there's been many male antagonist characters who straight up died violently in this show.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get to some of those. People are going to start dying in this show towards the end, but man,
What happened at the end? I mean, I know they walked away, but was there like a cliffhanger or a teaser or?
basically it's just teasing the next stand user. By the way, the next fight sucks.
But what was it? Like, what did they show?
It was just the next stand user just being like, "Oh, I'm going to get him and my shadow has eyes."
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
So, next week, don't enjoy Set Alessi. Like, it's not as bad as the orangutan part with that one part.
Mm-hmm.
It's got something that's kind of like that, but it's not really that. You'll know it when you see it. It's just it's more weird than like
Gotcha. Well, I mean, like I like this Mariah stand fight. I know people saying they had mixed feelings about it. I guess because of all of the innuendo and like just the way they were flaunting her character and stuff. But I mean, I enjoyed it because I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I've thought it was pretty funny too. Anyway, basically after the next fight, there's some fucking great ass fights, man. Can't wait. Just have to get through this next one that's not good.
Is the next one a two-parter?
Everything's a two-parter from here on out.
Okay.
If not a three-parter. Anyway, shall we talk about Gundam?
Yeah.
Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans episode 47, Scapegoat. In this episode, they make it back to Mars, but turns out, whoops, Rustal's been using Space Fox News to drag us through the mud, so everyone's against us.
Yeah. I don't really remember much about that part of it. All I remember was the whole scene with Atra and Kudelia and Mikazuki.
Oh yeah, by the way, I told you.
Yeah, you were totally right. She's pregnant, 100%.
They think, but that always means yes.
I mean, it's gotta be. You're right. It's just you don't lay that kind of groundwork for a story like this, and I mean, and not go there. So yeah.
Also, she's just like, "Hey, Cadell, you want to get in on this too?" And it's like, "No, stop,
Yeah.
stop." This is by far the worst part of the aspect of this show.
It's only I don't know what to think about it because like I like these characters. Are we supposed to just believe that the future is this a future thing or is this just these characters being weird?
Someone on the writing staff is trying to say something. I just don't know what.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's okay to have a story about characters who want to like conceive a child before the man,꯫ goes off to fight, so that his legacy lives on. Like, I get that, but these kids, they're kids. She's probably like 17 or something.
War is hell.
And it's just like, this show has a real weird view of like relationships in general.
Yeah, it's probably like, they're fighting in a war, whatever.
Yeah, it's like extreme circumstances.
Also, everyone in the universe is fucked. Lest we not forget former child sex slave McGillis.
Yeah. Oh, you totally called it too on that Pompadour guy. Like, he's like out.
He's like out and he's like talking to Fridge Guy, like, why aren't you out? And Fridge Guy's like, I can't fit through the door. I'm a fridge.
But he did get like two or three like nobodies to leave with them too. So
Yeah, also, yeah, basically in this episode, Orga's realizing that he's just fucking done. There's nowhere to go. And he's just like, oh yeah, but I definitely won't betray you, McGillis. Hey, uh, Tewa's guy, put me in contact with Rustle so I can fucking sell out McGillis. Unfortunately, it doesn't work because Rustle wants all their heads on a pike.
yeah,
What do you think of Rustle as a bad guy?
I don't like. I like McGillis as a bad guy because he's complicated. Russell's just sort of like generic revenge guy.
I mean, Rustle's not even in it for any sort of revenge. He's just like, I'm in charge, and fuck all of you.
Oh, Rustle. Oh yeah, Rustle. I'm sorry, I was confusing it with what's McGillis's arch and nemesis?
Uh, Biscuit.
Not Biscuit.
No, it's Biscuit. Be quiet. He
Yeah,
took
okay,
off the
okay.
mask and it was Biscuit, and it was
Yeah,
hugely
yeah.
shocking.
Well, whatever. That character, the masked, demasked character, that guy. That's who I thought you were talking about. Like, I don't think about him. He's just like boring. Rustle, yeah, I don't know. Rustle just seems like he's just like a mafia head kind of character. Just like I don't know. Like anyone who isn't Tewa's or wait, no, what's the name of
Tekkanen.
the kids? Tekkanen, thank you. I get those two mixed
This
up.
late in the series, huh?
Their names are very similar. They too many T's. But anyone who isn't Tekkanen or McGillis, um, or the girl, whatever her name is, the butterfly eating girl,
Julieta.
Julieta. Any other characters beside them, I can't get any attachment to. Like, but those characters I can. Like, I'm interested
Well, you
in.
have an attachment of hate for Local Man,
Well, yeah.
who, by the way, is still alive.
Oh, he's gonna survive. I told you last time, like he's literally gonna become the king of Galahorn, I bet.
We'll see. We'll see about that. Anyway, everyone hatches a plan that basically, oh, remember bearded old dude you hate? Well, blah blah blah, ID records, blah blah blah, smuggling, blah blah blah, new identities. Let's go.
Uh,
So their plan now is to somehow finagle this dude to get them new identities, and then it's like, we're scot-free off in the clear.
yeah, yeah, it's really weird. They went from being like we're gonna be the sovereign of Mars to be like, hey, everybody, let's go hide.
Life comes at you fast.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work, Nez. This is a Gundam show. If I've learned anything about Gundam, there's gonna be a lot of deaths soon.
There's only 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
Wait, no, there's 3 episodes left. I'm sorry. I'm skipping.
Oh.
I'm skipping an episode.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I know the answer is no, but do you want to talk about Black Clover?
Yeah, let's do it.
Black Clover, episode 17, Destroyer. In this episode, more Black Clover.
Okay, so let's get out the good stuff right away. The animation was good.
I can't remember.
You can't really?
No. Well, I mean, I remember. Yes, I generally remember the non-CGI stuff had a high quality of cuts, but it did not. I could not remember a single actual moment of animation because it's Black Clover.
Yeah. The show looked average up until the Asta fight at the end, and then it looked good. There was CG. I do remember that now that you mention it. The like CG instead of shadow clones, he has diamond clones.
Diamond clones, of course. All the ninjas
Yeah.
have that.
Yes, exactly. The ninjas of this magical world. So those looked kind of CG and not great, but not bad either. They were just sort of CG. But no, the Asta stuff looked great. Like they do this from time to time where they like get the talented animators from Perot to step up, or they like outsource it or something. I don't know what they do.
Oh no,
But
I mean, Perot is definitely like it's a major animation studio. It's definitely capable of producing something great looking when it feels like it.
yeah, and
Just
so
never
here's
does.
yeah, it rarely does it. And this is another one of those rare times where it's like, oh yeah, that looked really good. I mean, but otherwise it's Black Clover, so I don't really care too much about Asta stepping up to save Yuno because that's going to happen and it's obvious and predictable. Also, how many times does it need to be explained that Asta can nullify magic?
Every
Like
single time.
this
There's
is
always someone seeing it for the first time.
yeah. Also, I know that's the point, but the head of Yuno's group, the guy who's just like a commoner, how can he fight? He's a commoner, blah blah, that commoner stuff.
Harumph! Harumph! Scoff! Harumph!
Yeah, and it's like, dude, he saved your ass. Maybe it's time to change your damn tune.
Harumph! Scoff!
Ugh. Like, I don't get characters like that. I mean, like, maybe you were raised your whole life to think you're freaking great and that
Yes.
like normal people are scumbags. But
Yes.
when they save your life, you're supposed to have a change. You're
No.
supposed to see the world in new light. But not this guy. He's just like, stupid freaking commoner. How could he possibly win?
We now go live to the White House. Anyway, this Mars character, his name is Mars. If you didn't know, no, you didn't.
I did not know
They
that.
probably told you, but you weren't paying attention because.
Is that diamond forehead guy?
Yep, Mars.
Okay.
We named him after the Roman god of war. Anyway, he's literally Zabuza, and he has the exact same backstory as Zabuza. The exact same fucking thing. His partner even uses not mist, it's smoke instead.
Yeah, that's true. Also,
his diamonds look just like ice. Like there is no visual difference between diamonds and ice in anime. Auditory either. They all like anything diamondy sounds like ice.
It seems like a really powerful power. Like diamonds should cut through anything. But I guess if you have an anti-magic sword, then you're just everyone in this world should be a scrub to Asta, honestly.
Yes.
And I think that's where we're going, but it just seems like it's like kind of a like I
well, check out my anti-magic sword.
Right. Yeah, that's the only thing. This is like kids on a playground. It's like, I've got the most powerful diamond magic there is. And it's like, yeah, but I can nullify magic.
And the other kid's like, yeah, but I'm Broly.
Yeah. Also, Mars or whatever his name is, he did exactly what I thought he was going to do. He was going to be like broodingly like, I'm the greatest there ever is. And then the moment Asta cuts some of his shit, he's like, huh?
And then, of course, because like, what should his super ultimate special awesome technique be? He turns into a giant thing. It's just a giant diamond dude with his head poking out tiny at the top.
Oh, you mean his Jinchuriki?
Yeah. It would be really nice if Naruto was after this. If Hunter x Hunter was before this and Naruto was after, so that would make the transition smoother. But no, Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter episode 90, Interest and Curse. It turns out it's not easier to understand what Knuckles doing in English either.
No, this is the point of the night where because we had seen these episodes before in the previous week in Japanese, this was the one where I'm like, all right, I'm not going to watch this part again.
Yeah. Well, anyway, in this episode, Knuckle just kind of puts a thing over you, and it's just like, I'm the cutest loan shark ever. You have interest.
Yeah.
And then it gets really fat.
But the only part that's still not clear to me is Knuckle taking Gon's power and giving it to himself?
No.
Oh, okay.
He is just making it just like, it's just like, oh, you're in an area where your health constantly drops.
Okay.
Screw you. Win quickly.
Yeah. And then
anyway, that's his power. It's adorable.
I like the Japanese voice more on the little character, his little Nen character, more on the Japanese. It was cuter. English is not bad, but it doesn't sound as cool.
And then, yeah, he almost defeats Gon by just making him think about math.
Yeah.
Same with me too, honestly. Like, trying to tell me, hey, calculate this interest. Fuck me.
I mean, it's basically just a ticking clock that's going up.
Yes, but it's moving faster every time.
Yeah.
Anyway, also Killua fights Shoot. Shoot has 3 hands in a bird cage, and we don't know what he does.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out.
He straight up hasn't used his power yet.
Yeah, it looks like my guess is that like one of his magic hands will grab Killua and like Killua will appear in the cage, but I don't know.
I am going to look it up out of interest.
Oh, well, don't tell me though.
I won't tell you.
Okay, because I am curious to find out what's going to happen because it is legitimately odd looking. But yeah, he's got his normal hands, and then he's got like floating hands, and then he has a cage. It's an empty cage. I mean, clearly something goes in the cage. My guess is it's his
Oh wait, I
opponent.
forgot we did see him do one thing. I was looking at this page and it's like, oh yeah, he did. He turned his shogi piece into an imprint on his hand.
Oh, I
Remember
don't
that?
remember that. No, I don't.
Well, they showed it to us, so I can tell you
Okay.
about it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. He's a mystery.
Yeah, it's anyway. That's Hunter
Yeah.
x Hunter. Also, King's coming. We saw him in the promo. They had a new lineup promo, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we
Good.
should have mentioned that. It was good. Yeah.
There was also a new music video with subtitles because I guess they were working on it when they had the Japanese footage.
Hmm.
You didn't notice that in the music video?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Why was that?
I imagine it was something like they were working on it last week. They had the tapes for they were sent, they were sent all the tapes for the Japanese stuff, and that's what they had, so that's what they made it with.
Huh. Yeah, it was
That's the
odd. And
only
it,
explanation. Or it was going to air last week and did not make it in time for whatever reason. And so it had the subtitles because it was going to be in Japanese,
yeah, I'm
or they
actually,
realized it wouldn't work.
or I'm just, it just looked like a mistake to me. Like they just somebody clicked a checkbox by accident, and the subtitles were baked into the video or something.
Something like that.
Something like that. It was weird, and the subtitles were weird. They weren't like normal looking subtitles. They were like yellow text. It was
That's usually how official subtitles are.
oh well, not when I watch anime.
I think generally on Blu-ray versions it's yellow because they stand out more.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's all the more reason I think it was a mistake then.
Especially when it's like there's an English dub for this
Mhm.
that is on the same disc.
The only other reason I can think of is that they thought it would be too hard to hear, so they put the subtitles on there for English people
They've
just to.
never ever done that before.
Right, yeah. It was an all right music video. I mean, it was basically, like I forget the theme. It was like bad guys or something.
Another just kind of general look
Mhm.
fighting.
Yeah. Well, which was funny too because like one of them was Space Dandy or something. It's like didn't fit or like the theme of it like or not the theme but the tone kind of was like well they're trying to make that work.
Uh,
Or Foolie Cooley, I think it was like a scene from Foolie Cooley, and it's like Foolie Cooley's a comedy.
a preview for what happens when they start showing their unique stuff. We're still going
True.
to be doing these promos, and it's going to be like, how do we shove this into that? How do we work this in there?
Yeah,
Quick, find me the one clip of somebody punching someone in the show.
that's exactly right. Yeah. Well, they do. You know what though? They used to do that back on old Toonami because they'd have like Hamtaro and shit in the middle of their promos.
It's something they would be doing something like, we're jumping off a tree.
Yeah. It's like the tone swings. That's not uncommon for them, I think.
Anyway, want to talk about Naruto? Now Naruto is our last show.
Yes.
Naruto Shippuden episode 197, the sixth Hokage Danzo. Rejoice, everyone. We're finally back to we have to pay attention to Naruto because this is canon.
Hmm. When this aired last week in Japanese, I was just kind of more focusing on the voices because I'd never heard Shippuden in Japanese before, and I was like, "Oh, this is interesting," and I wasn't paying attention to the plot. This time, I kind of was. It wasn't bad. I mean, and that's saying a lot for Shippuden. I thought this episode was all right.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't. It was mostly talky, but it was like, oh, look. Anyway, I came out of this episode like supporting Donzo over the main characters because he's just like, hey, you know that Sasuke guy who like betrayed the village and went off as a rogue ninja and tried to attack us? We're gonna fucking kill him like we do usually. And then
Yeah.
Naruto's like, what? You can't do that.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
it's like, and Kakashi's like, fucking yes, he can.
yeah, I still don't like Donzo because it's obvious he's such a villain that he's corrupt. Like the whole like bit about like, oh, let me give my own people curse marks. Yeah, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, that's usually not a good sign.
Yeah.
Also, he's just clearly, I mean, he's clearly evil.
He's
Anyway,
be crazy evil.
but no, Naruto and Sakura. The thing is that Naruto and Sakura have
No.
absolutely, no, you don't. Fuck Sasuke.
Yeah, they're written to love Sasuke.
Like I know, it's like I know he's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I mean, like, I thought the way that it was shot, the animation was good in the episode. I thought it was generally interesting, mostly because shit's happening for a change. Also, I was curious to know, like, these two ninja from this other village, the one that has like the sucker in his mouth and the girl. Um, these are canon characters, right?
Yes, all of this is canon.
Okay. I thought their designs are really cool, and I'm like, they look too good to be like a fillery thing.
You could tell if it was filler.
I guess I could. Yeah. But I like their designs. I think they're really cool looking, and I thought they were actually kind of entertaining characters. And I'm like, if is this have I been has it been so long since I've seen canon Naruto that I forgot like it could actually have like a likable character?
Yes, it has been exactly that long. Anyway, also in this episode, turns out Sasuke and his squad of teenage girls did not actually capture Killer Bee. It was a clone because everything's always a clone.
Oh.
We saw this like a year ago when like they were sucking, like trying to suck the tail beast out of Killer Bee, quote unquote Killer Bee, and he was just like poof.
Yeah. Also, also Sasuke met up with eyeball guy whose name I can't remember.
Toby, no,
Toby.
it's Madara.
Madara, Toby. Toby. He'll
Who
always be
knows what he's
Toby.
going by in this scene?
He's always Toby to me.
Toby is a
Anyway,
good boy.
he Sasuke like phases through Toby's body. I thought we had seen that before, but
Yes, we
Sasuke was
have. Sasuke
was
has
like,
never seen that though.
oh, he hasn't. Okay, okay. I was like, surely we've seen that before. You should know that. Nope.
No, he's never seen that before.
All right. Yeah.
Anyway, one more quick note before we end this off. I like how Kuze's plan. It's like, Kuze, how do you intend to get the money for this plutonium? And he's like, have you seen Office Space? You know that old take the fractional amounts of money thing? Yeah, it's that. And I thought, Office Space. Kuze sitting in a cubicle, being like, they took my stapler. I'll burn the whole place down.
Hey,
And
do we
that's
know
that.
what's the next Space Dandy episode?
The next Space Dandy episode should be. Boy, shouldn't it be the Chameleonian one?
Oh man, I hope
But
so.
it's either the Chameleonian one or the like the one that turns into like at the end. It's like, haha, it was the Format Wars.
I don't remember
I do not remember either.
because it's like I don't remember seeing the
Because
end
those
of
are the last 3 episodes left in the first season. Chameleonian, the one with QT and the giant robot fight,
That's the
and
last one.
the Format Wars one that's weird.
What do you mean the Format Wars?
Like I literally remember nothing about the episode but the end where it's like it was just a huge metaphor for like the VHS Betamax Format Wars.
Oh, I don't remember that. I mean, I don't
Okay.
remember that ending. I just anyway. Was the one with the library book? Was that?
Yes, that's the one. That's the one that I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Is that also the dandy where they have the dandy? contest. That's a chameleonian.
That's Chameleonian.
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait for
It's
that
one
one.
of those two because, the QT is oh, next week is I'm never remembering you, baby, which is the format war.
Right. Yeah, that's
They
the
can't
one with.
they can't remember something constantly.
Yeah, it's like a book or something that's like it can't be remembered. Yeah, yeah, something like that. An alien that's a book. Anyway, yeah, yeah. These are all three of those are pretty good episodes. So,
I can't wait to see season 2 again.
oh my God, it's been forever.
I can't wait to fucking see like depressed Dandy again. I want to
Oh,
die.
by the way, let it be known too that it's clearly obvious now that they're going to stick with the U.S. opening all the way through.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, the Japanese opening Viva Namida has to be on the Blu-rays, right? I haven't actually watched them, but it has to be there, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they aired it last week on Japanese. It's just that it's not the fact that they can't air it. It's just that they're just using the
Those
American one.
rights must be separate.
No, I disagree. I think it has nothing to do with rights. The reason they're airing the American opening is because it's shorter. That's the only
Oh.
reason I think. That's why they've gone back to it.
Oh, duh. Duh. Of course, that's why they're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that'll about do it for episode 99 of the Toonami Escape podcast. Thank you, C. Kohler.
No problem.
Oh boy, next week is episode 100.
So if things go to plan, expect a larger than normal cast.
And nothing special will happen though. It'll just be 5 people.
Yeah, yeah. But
I mean,
still.
I could not be fucked to come up with something to do for the 100th episode other than
It doesn't
say,
even really feel like 100 episodes because we kind of like the numbering system has been weird for a long time, right?
and it's still a lot.
Yeah,
It's
we're
certainly
calling
been
it the 100th, but it's probably technically around 100.
it's certainly been way over 100 weeks.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, C. Kohler.
Yep.
We'll see you guys next week. Good night.